What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's Sunday Fun Day. We're in the garage. I haven't put out a video in a couple weeks. I had to go out of town for work, but I got a couple projects I'm working on. It's kind of dirt jumper day here. Let's take a quick look. I got my old S&M made black market mob frame. We're finally gonna put some rigid forks on here and swap out some of the parts. Rick, if you're watching, big fan of this frame. Thanks, dude. Now, as far as the standards you're seeing behind me, this is my go-to bike. As much as I collect bikes, I still like to ride them, and this is the one I ride most often. I know the one next to it probably looks just identical, and to be honest, they're almost the same builds. There's a few differences, nothing too crazy, but I picked this one up yesterday. I'm gonna swap some of the parts out onto this. They're a little newer, probably a little better shape, nothing too crazy. And then I'm gonna be parting ways with most of this. So if you're in the market for a standard 26-inch, 22-inch top tube, this one will be on the museum here shortly, probably by the time you're watching this. So look up IRIEAZ on there, you'll find this one for sale. Let's take a quick look at these before I take them apart. So let's get to work. All right, so first on the list is the standard that I just picked up, which is almost identical to the one I currently ride. It's got S&M forks on it, S&M stem. It came with the black market bars, profile hubs, profile cranks, tons of goodies. This is the first one we're gonna tear down, but let's have a look at the next one on the list. All right, so next up is my personal bike here. I've been riding this thing 8 or 9 years now. As you can see, it's not much different from the previous one. They were almost identical builds with just a few minor changes. The standard stem, 2-piece bars, and just a handful of other little things. This bike probably does have a few more miles on that other one. That's the reason why I was gonna do some part swaps. But let's get onto the black market mob. All right, so here it is. The main focus of this video is to get this black market kind of freshened up. Get rid of these clunky ass suspension forks, get the pitchforks on there. I'll be swapping the bars and stem as well. I'm gonna try out those black market bars, see how those go. And most likely the sprocket, just kind of depending on how this gearing works with this thing. But yeah, I've had this thing for a while. I'm gonna change out the wheels as well. I know they're Chris King's, they're great wheels. I had them built probably a year ago and I've only ridden this thing maybe 2 miles. But I'm gonna run the profiles that I'll show you here shortly. Let's get back into the garage. Let's get that standard tore down and then we'll get onto this black market. All right, so quick question for all my bike people out there before I take this thing apart. What's the first thing you like to take off when you're tearing a bike completely down? My preference has always been bottom bracket, pedals, cranks, chain, that sort of thing. It seems to work a little easier if I have to throw it up on the stand, but I'm curious to what you guys do, so comment down below and I'll check those out. All right, so we got the standard all torn down. Thanks for hanging out through all of that. This thing is overall in pretty damn good shape. It's got scuffs and scratches, typical wear, but no major damage. Looks to be OG decals. Like I said earlier, this thing will be available. So check it out on BMX Museum, and let's get on to the next one. All right, so these are the S&M wrap parts I was talking about earlier. These came out years back. I'm gonna throw these on there. I can't guarantee I'll keep them on, but I would like to check it out and just see how it all goes together. So let's get started. Alright, so in the midst of shit, I forgot a crucial part. I guess I need a brake rotor. I put the back wheel on, didn't put the brake rotor on, so let's throw this on and get this thing finished up. All right, so we got the bike back together. I'm digging the way it looks. We got the stem and bars on there, as well as that S&M sprocket and the profile wheels and some new gumball tires. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a fan of the bar height nor the gearing. So I gotta make a few quick changes before we take this thing out. All right. So we got those black market bars off there, put some S&M cruiser bars on with an Enduro stem, as well as swapped out that 28 tooth for a 25 titanium profile imperial sprocket. And now this thing's pretty much set up like my standard. So we should be good to go. Let's take it out to the local trails for a couple runs. Well, that's it for this one. The bike feels good. It needs just a couple little minor adjustments, but overall, I'm excited to be back on it. I seem to get off my ass and get out and ride more. As always, guys, thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please throw them down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.